Hi everyone, welcome to the Street Show. We're playing some Monster Train today. It's been another couple days since the last video I recorded. For you, I'm hoping it's just going to be that 2-day period between Monday and Wednesday, or Wednesday and Friday, however it lines up. But it's time for the weekend for me, and that means making more videos and just relaxing and enjoying myself. So let's see what we get today. Maybe we will actually get to relax and enjoy ourselves. Awoken Umbra. That's promising. I like both of these clans. So we have some nice regen synergies, obviously. Damage shield, so overall there's lots of damage mitigation. And then healing spells costing less, which means we have a very healing-focused deck already. And then we get the sap stacks. So my guess is we're probably going to go with either Thorns or Explosion. But let's see what we get for the champion. I think that's... And of course we get to choose which one of those two we want. So, as Awoken Umbra, we do get some morsels which will let us increase our champion's attack so that it can actually do a little more damage other than just being hit or healing. But we don't really have anything targetable, which means I think we need to go with spikes to get, like, say, haste units sitting in the back row. I don't think we can put out enough healing in one turn to take out a wave of 5 enemies, so I think spikes actually is a better play here. Sting spells get plus 10 magic power and piercing. If we can get some sting spells, that's going to be awesome. We need to get those sting spells first. 75 coins. Well, I think putting ourselves up on that first floor makes the most sense. I also think we should do one of these, and we should restore. So, we're just going to kind of let everything come to us, I guess. Edge Prior here is pretty good. We definitely double restore. We always play the rest of it too. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Giving the Sentient Lifesteal plus 2 attack. The next question is, where do I want to put this Train Steward? I think the answer is it doesn't matter, but here would prolong his life the most. We're already on a brief respite. I think this decision is easy. We just play all of our Train Stewards and then heal up our champion. So, our lack of damage is already painfully apparent. Let's do this. That doesn't help me at all. I'll stick him down there. I could have put him in front to take a hit. That was a mistake. I also think we just want to play both of our Wildwood Saps on the champion. I mean, it gets some cards out of our deck so we can get to some of the better stuff a little bit quicker. But it also gets us ready to maybe Prismal Dust right now. And I think that's actually what we're going to do. We're just going to Prismal Dust. Maybe we draw the next one. We'll just Prismal Dust all of that too. We did. Let's get the other regens. Oh, the boss is already dead. That's good. Also, he does take damage from the spikes, even though we're not taking damage ourselves. It's just him attacking that makes that difference. We could go for a very spikes-focused deck. I'm not worried yet about our healing, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be worried. Let's just take Restoration Detonation, because it also gives us some damage. I think Umbra Assault, so that we can target the healers that are in the back row, since they don't attack us, and they make it more difficult the farther up they go. As far as units go, do we... I think we have to find a unit to do more damage. An Animus of Will is definitely a unit for doing more damage. Now if we can just buff it up, we'll be great. I think a large stone combined with an extra 10 damage is perfect. All we gotta do is duplicate that and we're sitting pretty. Do we want to add spikes to anything? I think it might not be a horrible idea adding some spikes to the Edge Prior. I mean, the only time it should be hit is if the champion is dead, assuming that we're still putting all of that on the same floor. But if we can also buff the Edge Prior's health, then, you know, it sits there and it takes a couple hits, it gets a little bit of damage out, and maybe that makes a difference for us. Or maybe it's better for, oh, hey, you see sweep? That'll come in handy. He'll kill it in one hit, but that'll be fine. Alright, unit draft for 4 extra damage on non-boss? Non-boss. Alright. See, this is the perfect time to be getting this. Let's see, that would kill me though. Do we set up on the top floor? Let's see, on the next chunk they'll have 7, so it'll be 26 damage. Yeah, I think we just set up here. Do we put the Animus of Will on that same... We're gonna do it this way. And I'm gonna actually Wildwood Sap my Animus. And... I think maybe we put a Train Steward to take a hit. All that's left though is that haste guy, so no complaints from me. Now you're dying, and now I have a complaint. So let's train Steward. Now you're not dying, which is wonderful. I think we also want to Shade Splitter. I really wanted to find one that can do damage. Neither one of these were it, so we're not getting the Collector. And at that point, we might as well do one of these. Alright. So, apparently, not only do I need to be doing more damage, but I also need... Yeah, this has to happen. I also need... that's not bad. I also need a tank for the Animus of Will, because what I would like is to have the Sentient and the Edge Prior on the same floor. That opens me up for having morsels added to the floor as well. But if I have the Animus and the Sentient on the same floor, there's no room. I don't have the capacity. And then the rest of my floors are just dead. Well, this makes the most sense. And now the boss is dead. Alright. So that was a little bit of a rocky venture. I kind of want another Wildwood Sap, actually. I think Packed Morsels makes sense. If we can find like a consume card that, you know, works in our favor, that would, or excuse me, an artifact, like deal 30 damage to that front unit when you play a consume card. I have so many consume spells in the deck right now, it's a little crazy. I'm actually thinking Morsel Maker would be a good idea. We could stick Morsel Maker up on the top floor with the Sentient and have that nice steady stream of stuff coming in. Do we want an Umbra or an Awoken unit? Awoken, I feel, will be more likely to give us another tank. Umbra could. It could give us support, or it could give us another damage unit. So, I don't think we need to upgrade any of our spells. I mean, maybe Antumbra Assault, because right now it doesn't do very much damage, which doesn't help us very much in the later stages of this game. But we have a couple units that could stand to be upgraded, and we're going to get another one whichever way we go. So maybe going this direction is better for now, and we just hope that we get a nice beefy character to stick in front of our Animus. Both of those would be too big, actually, because Animus is also 3 capacity, which means we don't have enough until after this next fight. But when we get there, it will be wonderful. So, do we go with more health or spikes? I think we go with more health. Or, sorry. We go with the spikes, is what I was trying to say. I realize I did one thing and said the other, but I did what I meant to say. So that's what really counts. Concealed Caverns. Let's check that really quick, just in case. I actually think that we want to take the Monster Rail Spike, and I think we put that on one of our Train Stewards, and then that Train Steward will help us get through the Daedalus fight. That Train Steward can act as a front line for our Animus. Multi-strike. Alright, so I am all in favor of adding more spikes to our Thorned Hollow, just to get it going right off the bat. And then I think adding some damage shields to it is not the worst idea either. Just in case we're a little starved for healing spells, or we have to play too many units or something in that turn. I think just having a little extra protection to make sure that it gets established is probably the call we want to be making. So, barrels explode twice. I promise I can speak. Alright. So here's what I'm thinking. Do I want this on the top or in the middle? We'll go with the middle. That's fine. And I think we want to Shade Splitter. Getting extra attack is not a bad idea. So what I was debating here is basically where do I want my beefier unit? And I want the Thorn Hollow up top. I think I want to put the Morsel Maker on the same floor as the Sentient, too. Okay, so you're dying. You're purged from the deck, so you're gone forever after this turn. But we kill most of the things on that floor. Then I need to really heal up my champion. That will certainly help me heal up my champion. So, let's play a Packed Morsels first. They're all attack morsels, the magma ones. Perhaps what we do is we put one in front to take a hit. And then we'll put one in the back to get a little bit better multi-strike damage. And then we definitely restore. And I think we'll even Wildwood Sap. I don't have any more room for the other morsel here or here. So we'll just stick it up top because we can. And honestly, we will just put whatever this ends up being up top as well. Look at that Ember efficiency. Okay. I'm protected from damage shields, but I could do one of these. I think we actually want to put the Edge Prior here and not at the bottom, because he will benefit from stuff like this. And then maybe we go one in front, one in back again, and then I think we'll actually Wildwood Sap here. Look at that, that whole floor dies, that guy dies. And then, of course, we get the explosive that I'm heavily considering we just blow up. Let's stick a Train Steward to take actually all of the hits. That's fine by me. And then we'll play a Shade Splitter and put that up here with the Thorn Hollow. So I kind of want to make sure we... I'm debating what we want to get the upgrade for, whether it's capacity or draw or ember. So I could do 15 damage, or you know, I could just kill it. That seems better to me. If I Prismal Dust, that should kill it. There we go. Alright. We started off pretty rocky, but we are definitely improving. Furnace Tap on an already multi-strike Animus of Will could be interesting. We're not really generating awesome morsels that I want to be pulling back all the time, so Wretch is not as helpful for us other than blocking a couple hits, which is helpful by itself, don't get me wrong, but I'm not looking at Wretch. Shroud Spike only really helps us right now in terms of clearing up capacity, which if I have an X cost spell and I play it, then I don't have any Ember to do much else. So I think Furnace Tap is actually the better call here. Plus I want to do Rage 4 multi-strike 1 on our Animus of Will. So here's what I'm thinking. We go Shadow Eater, and we put the Morsel Maker on the same floor as the Shadow Eater. Probably the first floor. Alright, so I'm almost definitely going to be getting capacity no matter what. So if I'm thinking about this, what I probably would end up doing is Sentient, Animus, Edge Prior go on one floor. Morsel Maker and Shadow Eater go on one floor. That's 4 between the two of them, but this summons 2 more units, which will put it at 6, which means I don't get to add anything else without finding a way to consume them, sacrificing them, or something. And then I'd have a Thorned Hollow and room for extra morsel generation or Drain Stewards. I could put that up on the top floor. And I think I like this plan. So let's go with the capacity. I also still really want to find some of those spells that we can benefit from greatly. You know, these sting spells that we're just finding all over the place. Ooh. Freaked out there for a minute. I'm not gonna lie, duplicating an Animus of Will gives us something else to put on the same floor as the Thorned Hollow. But that also means that literally every single floor is full when I get set up. So if I was gonna go this way, I could duplicate the Animus. But then I don't get the benefit of getting rid of some cards. And I already want to get rid of some cards. So, let's go get rid of some cards. The question is, do we get rid of Shade Splitters or Trade Stewards? I think we actually want to get rid of Shade Splitters. Ah, this is exactly the one I was looking for. And then we'll get the Pyre Health and upgrade to... I'm thinking this one actually. I'm not so worried about the spikes anymore. The only time only Spikes 10 would bite us in the butt is if we have a trial where they have an extra 10 or 15 armor. Where all of a sudden we're not actually going to be killing them. But we have stuff on every floor now that's less of a concern, and I'd rather be looking at all of our cards. So at least I'm gonna take at least 1 stack of Cultivating. We'll see how that plays out over the next couple fights. Non-boss units get multi-strike. That means Spikes gets to get some serious work in. And we get a random artifact. Any bets on whether or not it's a Sting synergy that we don't have Stings for yet? Okay. So they're only going to get stronger the higher up they go. I think we have to nip this in the bud right away. Yeah, I'm okay with giving that guy extra health. Let's put a Train Steward here. And then we'll stick these guys up here to get consumed later. Well, I know I want Thorn Hollow up on the top. I don't think that much is going to change. I also think that we'll put Shadow Eater here, and then I don't have any Ember left for Morsel Maker or Edge Prior or Heals. But they're all dying, and he's dying. So I can't feel too bad. But this is where the extra drawing is going to be very helpful, because then we can actually find all of our stuff that we want. Hopefully, at least. Okay. You need to die. I don't think we need to do much else besides just keeping our guy here alive. Does it help me? He doesn't attack at all. He'll take 28 damage, which is not enough to die in the one hit. This actually helps me kill all of them. Alright. I almost want to let these guys go up to the next floor. Because then the train steward will die, and then the Shadow Eater actually gets the Gorge procs. So then I can stick the Edge Prior here. Of course, doing that kills them all. Okay, so blessing in disguise, I guess. I'm actually killing things too efficiently. So I guess that's fun. So I've got 10 cards in discard, and I only draw 5. And I'm going to add another 6. So I've got roughly about a 33% chance that I would draw Furnace Tap again. So I think we just play it. And I might as well just Prismal Dust. And then, knowing that it's not going to do... Oh, he's already dead. I don't have to worry about it. I was going to do this, though, for the extra 30 damage from the Consume proc. That doesn't do anything because I'm at full health. Okay, so that was productive. Oh, I know what that is. 1 stack of spikes each time it gets applied. That works really well in our deck. We still don't have a sting spell. I don't need Wildwood Custodian. I'm already drawing way more than enough. Pyregrow... I mean, if it hits just the right thing, could be really helpful, but all of our stuff, for the most part, only costs 1 anyway. So this... Oh... Alright, let me put it this way. The Consume proc is pretty helpful. It costing 2 Ember, though, is not very helpful. If it was an X cost that I could just play for 0 if I really wanted to and do 30 damage, that might be another story. But let me see what's coming up. We just did this one, not this one. Yeah. So we're not even going to see a Merchant of Magic to reduce the Ember cost until right before the Fell fight. I don't think we take Pyregrow. I don't think we need Focused Growth, and we don't need Wildwood Custodian. I think this is just a take the coins call. Cannibalize is interesting. Ember Cache is awesome. Prism Retrieval's not bad either. let's go with the Ember Cache. I feel like we'll more consistently get better results from that because we'll be getting 4 consume spells for the space of 1. Prism Retrieval is nice if it hits a unit, but I am trying to keep it structured in such a way that we get to play our units whenever we draw them. In this last fight, that didn't work out that way because we had all of the units show up at once because of all the cards we drew, but they were relatively minor things that we had to pass on. So I'm thinking, so getting more gold right now is not a bad thing. Concealed Caverns could be something great, or it could be something awful. I haven't seen Dante in a while, which is sort of why I'm thinking about going this way. It's sort of a blind optimism that maybe this is Dante. But we'll put that in the log. Is there something that we would duplicate? Animus of Will is a go-to. Ember Cache could be interesting. Honestly, any of our consume spells could be interesting. I don't feel super great about duplicating anything, though. I mean, obviously another Animus of Will is wonderful, because that's, what, 84 damage? Yeah, 84 damage. Just in one turn, which is nothing to scoff at, but I mean, we're doing fine. I don't think we need the extra damage right now. Plus, with the Umbra as our secondary clan, we benefit from being able to place morsels. So I don't think we duplicate the Animus of Will. And that's really the only thing that I feel like I would want to duplicate. So I think going here is almost as helpful as getting the Pyre health. So, do I want 2 artifacts, or do I want to go to Concealed Caverns? Is basically what this boils down to. And considering there is a Concealed Caverns event where you can get 1 artifact for potentially a lot of money and or health, I think going here actually is ever so slightly better, but definitely less risky. Let's see what artifact we get for free. I like this one. I could care less about jackstrips right now, but wing clippings in synergy with Trader's Quill is ridiculous. I mean, do I take it? An extra 30 magic power plus piercing, but I don't have any. Deal damage to the front enemy equal to the amount healed. So Priory's Cloak is also interesting. So do I want something I know is going to be helpful, or something that could be ridiculous? They cost the same. I'm not concerned about damage right now. I'm gonna go with the silly play here, since we took, since we took the less risky option already. We might as well add some more risk to it. Oh, and of course we get stealth, and then another random artifact. Non-boss enemy units get all their health back. These guys die. This guy's a pain in the butt. That one I'm gonna have to be careful of. So, think I still want to do this. And if I play this guy dies, they get +6 attack between the 3 of them. So that'll increase the amount of damage this whole floor does by 4. And this balances it out. So I should see this go down to 7. Alright. Okay. Morsel Maker is what I wanted to see here. See, this is where that extra ember would be wonderful to have right now. So I could play the Umbra Assault to kill this and stick some morsels here. Actually, is not a bad idea. I can hold off on the Thorn Hollow. We haven't even been able to heal it to get the spikes up, and hardly anything's making it to that top floor. Let's do this actually. Yep, we'll slam those 2 there. And now almost everything on that floor is dying. He's breaking even with all the damage, but he will be healing up soon. They're all dying. He's the only one living. He's also going to be a problem, which I need my Animus of Will for. Or, you know, an Ember Cache is also pretty good. Alright, these guys in the back are dying because of the explosion. His armor doesn't regenerate, so he's fine. So I think what we want to do... Let me see, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means I shouldn't miss any of these morsels. And then I can pump this guy up, because why not? And I think what I want to do is just make sure that this guy dies. Yeah, let's just outright kill him. We'll put the restore on the champion, and then we'll take care of this guy in the next round. Alright. If you notice that the music has changed, I needed to run up and grab a glass of water. I was very, very thirsty. I'm thinking it's fine if he gets through, because he's not going to heal up. I don't think I can kill him very readily, and he'll die in 1 hit. So let's just put our efforts down here. There's not really a whole lot I can do down here. So let's do that. Shade Splitter. Get a little more damage in. I might as well do one of these. And now he's dead. So that was the correct call, I guess. I could have healed that instead. But it'll be okay. Alright, we're on the brief respite. I haven't even established my top floor. I'm not sure if I should feel great or horrible about that. Let's see if we can find our top floor. Nope. Let's see. What else can I do here? I could kill this. I think we'll just do that to make sure he dies. And I'm going to Prismal Dust that. And I might as well just put the other morsel down. I also might as well add another stack of regen. And we'll end the turn there. So I want to point out that I did all of this without the Animus of Will. I'm going to put on this floor. I guess I could have put it behind the Edge Prior, and probably should have put it behind the Edge Prior. I don't think there's anything I can do to get more damage in here. Oh, and he gets Extinguish. So he'll be hitting even harder. Okay. I guess the question is, do I put any train stewards up here? I really don't feel like putting a train steward up there. I may as well stick the extra Ember generation, though. We did eat through all its stealth, and now it's dead. So I'm not even gonna mess with it. Okay, Pyro Wall's not too bad. I'll take it. No Sting? Seriously? They really want us to draw more cards, though. I think we'll take Invigorating Solution for the Consume procs. And... do I take another Ember Cache, or do I take Void Binding? Ember Cache, it's synergizes with what we're doing really well, but I'm also a completionist. Let's see, we got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12. So if we play all of our consume cards, we have 360 damage just sitting in our deck. I think I'm fine taking Void Binding here. I really did want to take more of the Excavated Embers, but it's not... I don't think we really need it. I think this time we do actually go Merchant of Magic. I do obviously want to get rid of some more stuff that's not necessary for our deck. The Train Stewards have become obsolete, but we don't get anything out of the Pyre Remains, and there's not really units that I feel like we need to upgrade. But Concealed Caverns has stuff. Gold is gold, or I guess coins are coins, and then we have plenty of spells that we could look at upgrading. It's just a matter of what we're given and what fits best. So let's pick up the gold. Let's see what's at the Concealed Caverns first. Okay. So I actually haven't won with either of these, apparently. They're both consume cards. Yeah, let's do Steel Pulleyclaw. I mean, of the two of them, I like that one slightly better. But there's definitely an argument to be made for either of them. I mean, especially because we've got very well-constructed floors on every floor. It's not bad. Double stack. Double stack. Oh. Okay, here's a question. So we've got Steel Pulleyclaw, Void Binding, and Furnace Tap. All of which I would love to put the Stack Stone on. So... In the case of Furnace Tap and Void Binding, the Ember Drain is irrelevant because that's sort of my I'm playing this on the boss card. Or in a very, very desperate situation. Getting Multi-Strike 2 on, say, our Animus of Will is really, really good. And Rage 8. Actually, here, let's math it out quick. Let's say I don't buff the Animus of Will whatsoever, and then all of a sudden I play Furnace Tap with the Stack Stone on it. Rage 8 gives it 16 extra damage, and it will get Multi-Strike 2, meaning it gets 2 more hits in on average. 16 damage puts this up to 44. It'll have Multi-Strike 4, putting it at 5 attacks, which means 220 damage per cycle, I guess. Per attack. That's good for one card. Not gonna lie. That would be a game-winning thing just by itself. Let's look at Steel Pulley Claw. Dazed 6 in the Pyre Room after the Fell fight is 240 damage just by itself, and then I don't lose any health. This doesn't get used on the boss, but it's not bad. Damage Shield 2 with Rage would be 12, would be 24 damage, which puts us at 52. There's no extra multi-strike, so it would just be 156. But we could take more hits. I don't have an easy way of figuring out what benefit that would give us, though. So I think what we try to do is we put the Stack Stone on Furnace Tap, and I think we see if we can find a Permafrost or something, so that when we get this, we know we're gonna have it when we need to use it. So let's do that. We can afford to reduce Ember cost, so let's do that to Steel Pulley Claw, because it's 2. Yeah. And then let's re-roll because we can. And that's not Permafrost. I don't think I would have removed Consume from any of these. I think what we do is we upgrade the Umbra Assault. That way we have a slightly more consistent way of getting some morsels. And I think we just go kill Fell. Does it make a difference maybe purging another Shade Splitter? The Trained Stewards at least serve as a body to, take a hit or something. We've got plenty of morsels from the Morsel Maker. We can get a couple more with packed morsels, but these just feel like, well, I have nothing better to do. And the Trained Stewards are... They at least have a purpose. So let's get rid of a Shade Splitter. We don't have enough to get rid of both of them. That's okay. Alright, Spell Shield 5 grants units armor. Here's to hoping we can find a Sting spell, which I know we can't get after this fight. Seems really straightforward. There's our entire... Oh, I should have maybe put them on the second floor, but... let's just get Thorn Hollow out there now, and probably the Morsel Maker too. Do we get anything else? I don't think so. Edge Prior is... it's fine. And I will put this in front of the Animus of Will when we get there. I don't need to do anything special with them. They actually benefit from me casting spells. I'm not in any hurry to get rid of this or this. So I think we just end the turn. There's a bunch of Train Stewards that clearly I want. Shadow Eater. For sure. And then... this is a really good time to play an Umbra Assault, maybe. And they all die anyway. And then he gets armor. Screw it, I'm doing it. I want the morsels. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that. And he takes 98 out of his 110. He's dying on the next floor. Good for him. I don't feel like we need to play that steel pulley claw. We can't play it on the Alabaster Guardians because they are immobile. I say we just Wildwood Sap, restore. Why not? And then we'll just redistribute. That helps him. Let's play it up here. And then we'll put the morsels up here as well. I'll put a health morsel down here. Alright. I definitely think we need to do that. I feel like I didn't do hardly enough damage. Let's play Ember Cache. Let's play Wildwood Sap. I'm trying to get as much damage in to kill this guy as I can. And he's at 52. If I play another spell, he'll go up to 62, but he'll go down to 32. If I leave him where he's at, he stays at 52 and it still dies in 2 hits. So, let's play a restore here, and then we'll just do one of these so that he dies in 1 hit instead of 2 hits. Dazed 3 at 30 damage. I wonder if he gets the consume proc too. Let me think about that. I could kill this guy instead. Yeah, let's do that. So now this Alabaster Guardian is dead. I'm going to do this, because I can. We're going to play Edge Prior in front of our Animus. And then we're going to heal, heal, morsel, morsel, and we have no room for a Train Steward. That's fine. So he's dead. He's not dead. I Apparently our steel pulley claw did not get consumed because of wing clippings. So we heal up. Let's kill him and draw. Let's do some damage to Fell and draw. Oh good, I have a 0... I have... Ah, wait. There's a reason we did this. Let's see. 30 damage means that we get 90 in on this guy. So, we also get to see he doesn't take that 30 damage. So what it displayed, he was going to have 55 out of 35 because a consume card was going to be played. But he gets moved before any damage gets triggered. Just in case anyone was wondering. So let's get the 13 damage in on Fell, and then we're just going to go damage shield 6 on the Sentient. Which was apparently the correct call. And now, oh my god. We're winning, and we're winning, and we're winning, and we're winning, and we're winning. So we drew that at exactly the right time. That's pretty good. Oh. Trample is only helpful in the Animus of Will. I'm not completely dismissing it, but I don't think it helps us because we have multi-strike anyway. I mean, it does obviously help us a little bit, but it's not what I'm wanting to do. Shroud Spike is also interesting, but I have a lot of spike synergies, and I would very much like to master this card as well. So we're picking this one, probably putting it up on the top floor. The question now is, what do we get? We obviously have quite a few 2 Ember cost spells and minions. Or is it only minions? No, we have Furnace Tech as well. I think this time we do actually want the extra Ember. More space would not be the worst thing in the world, and we have way more than enough card draw still. So we're going to take the Ember, even though there have been plenty of times where we had excess, to make sure that we can play our minions when we need to play our minions. Now, do I go get rid of some more cards, which sounds very promising, upgrade some spells, which sounds wonderful, and get absolutely no benefit from the Pyre Remains? Or do I get an artifact, go to a Concealed Caverns, which could be great or awful, and do I need to upgrade any units? The only thing I'd really want to do for upgrading units is maybe giving the Morsel Maker some damage so he can attack, or giving some extra health to the Shard Channeler or the Edge Prior, or maybe upgrading Shadow Eater. Actually, you know what? I do want to go this way. Do I? Is there more spots where we can... Okay, so there's another unit upgrade and an Unstable Vortex here. So I have 1 Shade Splitter and 3 Train Stewards. Whoa, that was too much. Yeah, let's go Artifact, Merchant of Steel on this one. This is only ever going to be good with how I'm setting things up now on the boss fight, because the whole point of my top floor is to generate a very spike heavy, spike damaging unit. I like the idea of Fossilized Fanes, considering we have the Shadow Eater and he gets to do more damage and heal for more every single turn. Let's put the Battle Stone. Let's actually put it on the Morsel Maker. And then we'll put the extra 10 damage on the Shadow Eater. I'm not going to reroll. I am, however, going to purge our last Shade Splitter. And then we'll go to the Concealed Caverns. What do we get? What do we get? What do we get? Oh. You. So, with the chance of consume cards going to the discard pile instead of the consume pile, and with the extra Ember generation that we'll hopefully have, there actually might be a good time to play, honestly, either of those, but since we're at full Pyre health already, I'm more interested in the damage, especially as it would potentially synergize with the Steel Pulley Claw. So, do we go for more spikes? Or more health, is what it boils down to. I actually think the more health is helpful. Is that true? Well, if we think just about the boss fight, if we pretend we're at full health, you would expect that 21 spikes over the course of 90 health is going to do more damage than 11 spikes over the course of 120. There is a point at which one is better than the other. I could probably math that out really quick. Actually, here, let me pause, and I will do that, so you don't have to be bored with the math, and then I'll explain it quickly instead of rambling. Alright, so I think I was right. I assumed 10 damage per attack from the enemy, which I want to say Seraph is a multi-strike 2 10 damage boss. You get 189 damage with Spikes 21, 90 health if you're at full health and haven't done any other upgrades, and you get only 132 at Spikes 11. So we're going to go with Spikes 21 because damage. Non-boss units get Spikes 5, huh? Whoa, this looks new. The effect isn't new, so I must have just missed this, but that is a really cool design. Alright. So they have Spikes 5 and they'll have multi-strike. So that guy is dead from attacking us, which means that Animus of Will is fine. And then we can stick Shadow Eater on this floor. Do we play this? 100... Oh, I'd get him down to 1 health. No, I don't think we play Bone Rattler at 1 Ember. Okay, I can't kill this unless I use a consume spell, which, I mean, I could. But we do want the Thorn Hollow up top. See, I'd rather be playing my consume spells here. So let's actually Wildwood Sap. Let's Invigorating Solution. We'll Wildwood Sap. And then we're going to Restore on the Sentient. Okay. So what we'll need to keep in mind is if we let anything go up to the top floor, the spikes will afflict our pyre as well. Okay. Okay, so Shard Channeler, we wanted up top. And then we're going to Umbra Assault, Multi-Strike, pain in the butt. Edge Prior can go there, Morsel Maker can go there, and now I need to worry about killing this guy. Let's go like this, kill that, go damage it. These don't get anything yet, so let's go there. Oh no, my Animus is dying. Just kidding. We definitely want to heal that up again. Oh, I could get another chunk of damage in, which I think is actually the correct call. Everywhere is full, so I can't play this other Magma Morsel. But we are going to do this for the 30 damage, so that it dies in one hit to the pyre instead of two, like it would have done regardless. Oh well. He will die in the pyre to one hit, so he'll get 15 damage in. This dies now. I could play Void Binding on my Animus of Will to try and kill this guy. Does that kill him, I guess, is a good question. That's 12 extra damage from Rage. Times 3 is 36, which does not put me in range to kill him, and definitely gives me that Ember Drain effect that I don't want to see. So let's not do it. Say we did. Okay. Oh, all of my guys are dying. That's not good. Okay, let's see. How are the other floors doing? Why don't we check that out? Nothing's happening up here, but it's going to, so I need to be ready. A lot of stuff is going on here, though. How can I prevent my guy from dying? My best bet, honestly, would be to use Prismal Dust. Let me go Ember Cache, because that does some damage. Without costing Ember, of course. Let's just, put this Magma Morsel up top. If I were to Prismal Dust, it's attack, 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 and he dies from spikes. And then this would attack as well, and also die. And then I would run out of Prismal Dust, damage shield stacks. But my Animus of Will here then tries to go on the offensive and then dies. So I really hate when they have spikes. Let's just go here. I think we just have to restore the Sentient because our multi-strike unit is going to die regardless. And then we Prismal Dust, which saves our Edge Prior and grants us some extra health on the Sentient. This needs to be dealt with, but can't be dealt with until the next floor. Bone Rattler is certainly interesting. Oh, this is the last... Wait, how... Why didn't this die? Alright, I'd really like to know that one. I thought for sure it would be dead. Definitely Wildwood Sap and Restoration Detonation. I don't think we want to steal Polyclaw this because we'll still take spikes damage. So maybe this is where we can play a Bone Rattler. Cool. Now we're doing 49 damage. Just check something. Yeah, this is just an enhance, so it only works for the fight. If it carried over, that would be ridiculous. Do we want to use Umbra Assault on anything? Sure, we'll replenish what we killed, and then we'll give this guy a damage shield for what was basically 0 Ember. Alright, so this is where that extra multi-strike is awesome. And now the boss is dead. We do this because we can, but... yeah, I'm just gonna end the turn. There's nothing that's hurting us, so... Alright, is this going to be the Sting spell that we never saw? Was it? Man! At this point, I think we just take the gold. Coins, whatever. I don't really want any of these. I mean, I like Emberforge, don't get me wrong, but we have no room for it. Okay, we've got all 3 floors filled up with stuff. I say we just take the coins again and aim for something better in this next area. Man, these plus 30 magic power piercing stings have been so helpful. Even the was it Sting Mother? The card that puts a sting in your hand every turn? Even that would have been fine. I would have gladly taken that, but couldn't even find one of those. We also managed to avoid taking any pyre. Oh, we had the extra... The armor. I forgot about that. The pyre wall. That's what saved us in the damage on the last fight. Do we get rid of stuff or do we duplicate? Do we upgrade units or spells? And then... Honestly, this side is starting to look more promising, but let me see what we got. We can go for another Bone Rattler or another Ember Cache. Okay, I have an idea. It's not what I wanted to see. It's not bad, but it's not what I wanted. Honestly, I'm very tempted to re-roll and look for Permafrost. Let me see what's at the Merchant of Trinkets. We could take Precious Plating for that little buffer. Let's go back here. Wildwood Sap does not technically count as a restoration spell for the purposes of the Edgewood Prior. This one right here, Edge Prior, sorry. So it still technically costs 1 if we play it on that same floor. Do we double stack anything? I mean, don't get me wrong, Dazed 6 sounds really great, especially if we've played where is it? Bone Rattler. That could be fun. doesn't help us on the boss, which is more what I'm worried about. Maybe we just put it on a Prismal Dust. And we're not going to use this one, I think. So let's re-roll. Still didn't find a Permafrost. That's very disappointing. So let's take that opportunity, I think, to reduce the... or a Wildwood Sap. Which one? Let's do it to Wildwood Sap. Our consume cards that we can play throughout the fight, not just on the final one, are actually really important. I think we just put consume on one of our restores. Not just for the consume proc, but also so that restore is very helpful and helps us stabilize in case we have something stupid happen. But I think then we go back to this merchant. I think we'll take Precious Plating, which allows us to purge one card. I'm not worried about the score. I'm more worried about making sure that we are able to do what we need to do. And we are going to purge one of these train stewards. They've been nothing but in the way. And now, what I was hoping to do was put a Permafrost on Furnace Tap and duplicate it so that we can do this twice and just ream Seraph. But can't get everything you want. I do, however, think we still duplicate it. I mean, we get down to a fairly decent sized discard pile. Decent in this context, meaning good for us. But just to make sure that we can get that Furnace Tap when we need it would be really, really helpful. So, I'm going to duplicate it. We got 40 gold left. Nothing else to do. I think we just go kill Seraph. It's looking like a win, but I don't want to get ahead of myself either. I'm just disappointed we never found a single sting spell. Alright, so we go here, and we can play a Morsel Maker there, and honestly, I'm fine getting rid of that Train Steward. He can go up, it'll be fine. I'm not playing this Prismal Dust just to kill a 12 attack unit. Okay, got our Animus of Will. Have we already set everything up? You need the health. Let's set you there. Shard Channeler. And honestly, I would prefer... This guy's gonna hurt. I would much prefer not taking extra damage if at all possible. And of course, we got the attack ones, which I don't want to put the extra attack on the Shard Channeler. Oh, that's probably not... They don't have spikes. That was what I was worried about, is hitting something that's gonna end up killing our Shard Channeler. But I don't think we need to worry about that. What I would like, though, is this guy. Bam. Now, technically I have enough stuff to kill him. Is it better spent anywhere else? He's dead. He's a pain in the butt. Let's get some I think we're okay to go like this to do that 30 damage, and then I think we steal Pulley Claw him. Because he's only at 115. He dies in that 3-hit window. And we did not get that in the discard, which is unfortunate, but we'll be okay. Do we Prismal Dust to prevent even more damage? Oh, and it went discard pile. That was a good call, I think. Okay. We got our Consume Restore. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, so you're dying. It could be better. What do we want to do? That's not good. So let's get a nice big restore, which went into the consume pile. Maybe we do a not as good restore as well. And then let's Wildwood Sap this guy. I do want to get the extra damage in on Seraph, but I think making sure that we don't lose like this is probably good as well. 81 puts him at 49. He's going to have a lot. Let's play Bone Rattler down here. And it did not go into the discard pile, but we have 52 damage on the Pyre, which is pretty nice. 52 attack, let me rephrase that. Okay, lots of consume spells, that's good to see. A lot of consume spells, very good to see. Okay. Let's just put another Wildwood Sap here. That went to the consume pile, but he's dead. He's dying, but I think we can do better. We need to save this guy, so let's do better there. Better would involve that. Now we're not dying, which is wonderful. Let's put some morsels up top. Now, I'll have to be careful about playing this, because I don't have any more room for anything. I've only got regen 2, so let's make that regen 7. Let's make that regen 12. And now this guy is dying, which is awesome. Let's see how many more consumes we can play. I think we just go damage shield 5. That seems like a good idea to me. He's gonna make it up probably to the Pyre, actually. Is it worth playing Packed Morsels to put a bunch of morsels into our discard pile? I would rather not. Plus, he'll probably die in 2 hits from the Pyre instead of like 3 or 4. So I think we're okay to not play the Packed Morsels just yet. Okay. That seems like a good idea. And that seems like a good idea. You're doing just fine. You could be better. We actually will maybe kill him on the next floor. It'll be close. 31 damage to him puts him at 88, so he dies in 2 hits. I would need to get him down to 51, which means I need to do 37 damage, which I can't. So we're going to leave him be. I mean, I can do 37, but not efficiently and not in a way that makes sense for where I'm at right now when I could be taking care of these guys. So I mean, do I just go damage shield 8 on my champion? Sure. And it went to the discard pile, so we get to do it again later. another 31 damage. But we got a bunch of excavated ember. That one went into the consume pile, which is fine. Now both of these guys are dying, and we're even getting a little extra damage in on Seraph here. You're going to die, but you're going to make it up with a lot more health than I like to see. So, let's just get rid of you now. Now I've got 8 ember and nothing to do with it. Where are you taking the 3 damage from? Oh, because they're going to attack and then I'm going to hit you. That makes sense. It's almost like there's some logic behind it or something. Right now our sentient is actually sitting pretty well. We're gaining more health than we're losing, even with this double strike guy. Admittedly, he's only getting 1 hit in, but I think since we've got 8 ember, we just build up spikes on this guy, and I think honestly we get rid of a train steward, which threw off the numbers just enough, but it's fine. He'll die in 1 hit. We don't get any extra damage in on Seraph. We do get 43 in here, though, and we don't have to worry about drawing a train steward later. I think that's worth 10 damage on the fire. And we're on the final wave. Only doing 600 damage, though. We should fix that. Here's that prismal dust. Oh, boy. Okay. I think we just won. Excavated ember. Oh, my God. Excavated ember. Excavated ember. Ember cache. Packed morsels. We'll just Umbra assault because we can. We've already jumped up about 50% in damage, so let's void binding and prismal dust, which didn't increase it nearly as much as I thought it would. With 21 spikes, I think putting it on Animus of Will was still a better option. I'm sticking to it. You can't change my mind. Unless, of course, you present good math and hard facts. Let's put Lifesteal on our Thorned Hollow. And let's put a damage shield on the Thorned Hollow. Why not? I have no more room for anything, so we are 500 damage short, which I don't think we can get on our second floor. We do, however, have a full hand, so that's something. Plus, there's a lot of consume cards, and oh, this is going to be good with all of our excavated embers. So yeah, base level, we weren't going to kill him. However, jeez. Oh, not yet. Oh my god. Okay. I was really hoping we'd find like an X cost card. I think though we just do this and we win. I mean, we can just sweeten the deal. That doesn't do anything. It doesn't matter. We win. Alright! You know, for our first 4 artifacts being great for a Sting deck and not finding a Sting deck anywhere, I was very pleased with this run. Definitely, all of those consume cards. Oh my god. All the excavated ember, all of the, was it furnace tap? Is that the one I'm thinking of? Hey, Umbra's level 10. Woohoo! I don't know if you can actually see. Oh, you guys can't see that. I didn't think about that. I'm not doing a display capture. I'm doing a window capture. So you can't see the Steam achievements saying, hey, you just hit Umbra level 10. Covenant rank 12 though. Major bosses have even more health. Woohoo. Good for them. Got 7 cards mastered. Our collection is almost complete. What? Oh my god. I want to make it work, because that's just ridiculous, but that has to be a very specific kind of deck. Maybe one that uses that Ember Forge, or actually uses the the morsels that give you Ember. Oh, there's got to be a better, consistent way than using those morsels, but that's huge unit. 161 regen applied. That's not bad. We've only got 6 cards left in the Awoken. That was pretty good. Not gonna lie. Alright. Well, if you enjoyed that run, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.